Hey, Trip here from tripadvice.com, and I got a video here today for the guys who are in their 20s, and I know that there are a lot of you out there who watch my channel who are anywhere from 20 to 30 years old. Now, if you've seen before, this is not the first ultimate guide that I've done. I did one for guys who were teenagers, for guys in college, and I thought I'd keep this party going and do something for guys in their 20s, and who knows, I might even do one for guys in their 30s and beyond. So stay tuned for that. But today is going to be all focused on guys who are in their 20s. So who is this video for? Well, it's not just for guys in their 20s. If you are watching this and you're in high school, if you're watching this and you're in college, plus you might be 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 being in college, then this video is also for you, because this is stuff that you still need to learn, because eventually you will get here. You will be a man in your 20s in what is known as one of the prime times of his life. I've also heard that the 30s are more of a prime time, but the 20s is a very special time, because this is the first time that you're entering adulthood. So you are now hopefully fully functioning adult in the real world. Hopefully you have a job, you're getting a job, you're working on your career, you're working on your mission, your life purpose, all that good stuff. And here you are, now ready to go about and meet some girls. Now I've said this in my other ultimate guides for guys in high school and guys in college, but I'll say this again. I really do believe that the 20s is not just one of the best times to meet girls, but it's a time to really take advantage. Now, don't worry if you're watching this and you're over 30 and you're like, oh, great, I missed out. There's a lot of great options for you, and there's still lots of hope for you, okay? It's not like you're 30 or you're 40 or 50 and it's completely over, but I will say the 20s is a great time. I mean, think about it. It's just the time where people are getting together the most. A lot of people are finding their partners, they're finding their wives, they're finding people to really settle down with. And, you know, actually that's getting a lot later and later these days, but the 20s is a very popular time for people to really find someone to spend the rest of their life with. Again, that doesn't always happen, but I'd say a majority of the time it's happening in your 20s. So it's a very popular time to be social and to mate, and you're still young enough to be able to have the energy to go out and do that. And I got some great stuff for you today if you are in your 20s, because you do have the energy and there's a lot of work to be done, but it's gonna be fun. So let's get into it. Now, my first piece of advice for you if you are in your 20s is you gotta make sure you are out of your parents' place, okay? I want you to either get your own place, or I want you to get a bunch of friends or go on Craigslist, get some roommates, find some people to get a place with. I don't want you at your parents. See, these days, if you're watching this in 2016 when it's been released, there are a lot of people taking advantage of staying at home and saving a lot of money, or they just don't have the option because they don't have a job. Well, I'm telling you right now, try to get a job as soon as possible, get out of your parents' place, because it is not going to help you grow and become the man that you're supposed to be, and it's going to be a very difficult place to bring girls back to. And you want to have a place. You want to have your own place to have girls at. Now, again, a lot of you might be thinking, well, I don't have the money. I can't afford it. Okay, the point here is I want you to be working toward that. That's got to be one of the things in the back of your mind. If you really want to kill it in the dating area when you're in your 20s, you got to have your own place. Again, it can be with roommates. That's totally fine. You know, but as long as you have your own bedroom, your own place, that is going to help tremendously. So make sure that you're working on that. That should be something that hopefully you can do as soon as you get out of college, but work on that right away. Now, I have certain opinions in terms of what you should be looking for in your 20s. You know, like I said earlier, it is a popular time to find that one person you'll be settling down with, right? You're finally in the real world and you want to, you know, live that dream of getting the wife, getting the job, getting the house, and all those good things. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I highly recommend, this is what I'm recommending, this is sort of similar to what I talked about in the ultimate guide to picking up girls in college. But I really recommend that you don't rush into getting into a relationship right away, if you can help it. Now, when I say relationship, all I mean is a very long-term relationship. So if you're 22, 23, I don't want you to be, falling in love so soon and finding a girl to marry. The reason why is because I believe that one of the reasons why the divorce rates are so high is people find someone, snatch them up really quickly, don't really learn much about themselves and who they are and what they like, and they end up getting married too fast. And I think that's one of the reasons why the divorce rate is so high, at least in America. So what I want you to do instead is I want you to use the 20s to be dating and dating a lot. I want the 20s to be a time of exploration. I want you to find out what kind of girl you're interested in. Now, again, you might have been doing this in college, but even college, you're a very different person. Now you're in your 20s, you're a little bit more grown up, things are gonna change. By the way, every single year, and I'll get to this in a second, every single year of your 20s is drastically different, which you're gonna find out, or maybe you're 28, 29, or 30 and watching this and you already know. But I really recommend that instead you try doing a lot of dating and getting into maybe shorter term relationships, dating girls for a few weeks to a few months, really understanding what it is that you want in a woman. The only way you're gonna figure out what kind of woman you want is by going out and dating. Now I know you probably have that little list right now. Every guy does, that one girl, what she looks like, what her personality is like, what she likes to do, all those things. You have that list. But that list doesn't have a lot of depth to it right now, okay? Right now it's a little bit superficial. You want to increase the depth of that list, and I want you to do that by dating lots of girls. I cannot stress this enough, because you're gonna date someone and you're gonna figure out, oh, I don't like that in a person. I don't like that a girl's like this or a girl's like this. Right now you have this vision in your head. So I want you to experience lots of girls, not just dating, but also sexually. Now is the time to also figure out what you're into sexually and to experience that, because you're not going to get to experience that once you get into a relationship. You will with one person, but you might have a lot of regrets getting into a relationship so soon in your early 20s and not being able to experience multiple women. Again, I've talked to a lot of guys much older than me who have told me this. So this is not just from personal experience, but from guys' experience that I've talked to, and I want to make sure that that doesn't happen to you. So like I said, all the way from 20 to 30 years old, this period in your life, every single year is drastically different in terms of how you're going to grow, develop, mature, okay? Every single age is different. 21 to 29 is like night and day, all right? 29, you've had so many experiences, you've learned so much, you've done so much, and 21, you're still so young. And there's a lot that happens in your 20s, because this is the first time, like I said, that you've really become an adult and you've been on your own, right? Listen, I'm 31 as I say this, so I don't know if that's the same thing in your 30s, if every year is so drastically different. I'm gonna take a guess that it's not as intense as when you are in your 20s, because again, this is the first time you're experiencing what it's like to be out there. So again, I'm saying this to you because I want you to use this time to develop yourself and to grow and to learn about what it is that you desire and what kind of girls you're actually interested in. Now, I know for you maybe watching right now, you're still confused on how to meet girls. We'll get into that, and how to attract girls, which, by the way, there's a billion little videos on this channel that will teach you how to do that. But the point is here is I want you to take your 20s and really take advantage of them. Use them and use this opportunity to meet a ton of girls and get a lot of experiences with women. And again, this is the video where I'm going to show you how to do that, all right? Now, another thing I want to get into is this is a time, first time probably in your life really, that you can date older women, right? Can't really do that. Maybe a little bit if you're 18, I guess you could date a 21-year-old in college or something like that, but you are now kind of in this bubble of in your 20s. So when you're 21, 22, 23, 24, out of college, things like that, or just finally entering the workforce, you have the opportunity to access lots of women who are much older. I recommend that you do that. If you're 22, 23, and you're just looking for that little range right there to date women who are 22 to 25 years old, that's fine. But don't shun it away. And I don't think you will either. If you find a girl that's attractive and she's 29, 30, I don't think you're going to be like, well, she's too old for me. However, you still might. And that's why I have to say this to you, okay? Don't be scared to date older women, because you're going to learn a lot about what a woman who is older is like. And there's so much that I can say here. And I'll get into that too, of what girls want in their 20s. We'll talk about that in just a second. But it's really important that you experience that. Experience what it's like to date a girl in her early 20s versus her mid 20s versus later, okay, in her 20s. Because again, like I said, every year is drastically different. So you're going to learn a lot. I want you to increase the experiences here, like I keep saying to you, and make sure that even if they're older, you're not putting that to the side and this is still an option for you. So what do girls in their 20s want? What are they looking for? Well, it's pretty simple. They want to date, they want to have sex, and most of them are looking for a partner at this point, right? Because now, like I said, it's the popular time to finally start building your life, getting the husband, getting a good job, something secure, and wanting to eventually have children. Again, generalization, but for most girls out there, you'll find this is the case. So that's what they want. That's what they're looking for. They want to date and have sex. They wanted to do that a little bit in college and in their, late teens, early 20s. But right now, they want to do that even more. They want to meet a lot of guys, and they want to find a guy who might be right for them. Now, as the generations continue, it's been shown that even women aren't looking to settle down until they're in their mid to late 20s. So, a lot of girls who are in their younger years, 21 to 25, might not be looking for that necessarily, depending on what city you're in, but a lot of the younger girls are just looking to kind of have fun. So I just want you to know that and understand that. It's pretty simple, really, and that's kind of what's going on with girls in their 20s. So now that you know that, you can kind of see what's going on ahead of time, depending on what kind of girl you meet. You know that if you're going to meet a girl who's 29, she's most likely looking for someone to settle down with. If not, she's already been in some serious relationships and she's now looking for something else. A lot of girls in their early 20s haven't really been in super serious relationships quite yet. So those are the kind of girls that you're going to be dealing with. If you've watched my college guide and we were talking about how to meet girls, I want to say that this guide to meeting girls in your 20s is like the college one, but on steroids. Okay, so what that means is we're going to take some of the advice that I gave you in the college guide, and don't worry if you haven't seen that, because we're basically going to go over some of it right now, but we're going to take some of that advice from the college years and we're going to 10x that here now in your 20s. And what do I mean by that? Well, basically what I said in the college guide was that you need to meet as many girls as you can. And that is exactly what you're going to do here in your 20s. I want you to do that, but on a larger scale. And here's the best part about it. Now that you're in the real world and you're an adult and you're not in some small college town or small town, then you really have an opportunity here to meet more women, because there's going to be women at your work. There's going to be more women out and about if you're in a bigger city or just a city that's not a college town. You are going to have more opportunities to meet people at events and things like that. Again, the opportunities just kind of exploded now that you're in, like I said, the real world. So I want you to take advantage of that. So here are some of the best places to meet women. Very similar to college, but this one is, like I said, a little bit more expansive. There's the bars and clubs, which we'll go over in a minute. You can meet girls out and about during the day, wherever you are, right? I mean, listen, even if you're 22, you can go up and hit on a girl, or a woman, I should say, who's 35. As soon as you're in the real world, go for it. It's fine. As long as you're of very much of legal age, and you are at 22, then you can start talking to and hitting on girls who are really any age older than you at that point. It's possible for you. So there are women everywhere. Again, depending on where you are, but they're everywhere. Another great place to meet women too are different like events and meetup groups. There's always cool stuff going on in your city. There's always cool stuff. And now that you have, trusted internet and Google, all you got to do is type into Google your city things to do or events. You know, there is so many different websites out there for all the cities, even the small ones, of things going on in your town. There's also meetup.com where you can find very specific types of things to do, right? Things that are more interests and hobbies instead of, general just events going on in the city. So I highly suggest that you take advantage of that, okay? Very important. Now, how are you going to do this? How are you going to make time to go out? Because now you have a job. You're not in college anymore. You're not a kid anymore. Now you have an actual schedule going on. Well, if you're watching this and you're in your early 20s, well, this is going to be simple for you because you're just getting into a routine, and so this is going to help. Now, if you're in your mid or late 20s and you're watching this, it's still very possible to make this easy on you where you can follow a schedule and be able to go out and meet girls on a consistent basis. Like I said, you want to take advantage of meeting as many girls as you can because this is the opportunity to get better with women, experience women, and understand what it is that you want in a girl. I mean, listen, you might not be interested in a relationship. Not every guy is. But again, a lot of guys are. So I'm speaking to a little bit of the majority here. So if you want a wife, you want to settle down, you want a girlfriend, then I really want you to experience lots of types of women. It's going to help you. Most guys do not do that. And you probably haven't even heard that before. Hopefully someone told you, but here I am telling you today. So you want to go out and you want to make a schedule for yourself. Make it just 2 to 3 times per week. And that's it. I know it sounds like a lot. It's like half your week. But really, really simple because you can just go 2 to 3 times a week and just spend like an hour going out and meeting girls. Where could you do that? Pick one event to go to per week. Pick a couple of hours during the day on a Saturday to go out and approach some girls. Go out to the bar on Friday night, Thursday night, Saturday night. Go to a happy hour, right? Use this time to schedule in. If you can make a goal to go out 3 times per week, and again, you schedule this in. You actually put in your schedule, put it in your phone, whatever you got to do. Put it in to go out that many times per week. And you do that for, let's just say, a year, which, by the way, is not that long, especially if you're watching this and you're 25 and you're just starting this. Doing that for a year is nothing. But even doing it for a year and going out 3 times per week will skyrocket your success with women because you will have so many experiences and you'll have learned so much and be putting this stuff into practice. Putting what into practice? Going out, approaching, conversing, flirting. And again, more importantly, this is kind of the theme of this video, finding out what you desire in a woman, okay? So that's what I want you to do. I want you to go out to all those different places. If I can give you homework from this video, my homework would be that you actually figure out where you can go. So pick a couple places, do some research, and start going out 3 times per week. If you could do 4, which sounds probably nuts to you, trust me, it will be worth it. Plus, this is your 20s. This is the time when you have energy. You have, a lot of people who don't have kids yet, aren't married yet. So this is a time to really go out and have a good time. Take advantage of it. Because when you're in your 30s, 40s, and beyond, it's not going to be like this anymore. You're going to get tired. By 11 o'clock, you're going to want to go to bed. You're not going to have friends to hang out with as much because they're going to be busy because they're with their families or with their kids or whatever it is. But really, this is the time to do it. I can't stress it enough. And here's another important point. This is something that's going to be crucial for your success in your 20s. Is I want you to really focus on building a social circle. Now, you might already have one. You might have some people to hang out with, but I want you to focus on building a new social circle. I want you to focus on bringing in new types of friends and meeting new types of girls that you can be friends with because this is going to give you access to different networks of women. A lot of guys don't do this. I tell you this, a lot of guys end up just staying with their core group from college or their core group from high school, and they don't spread out enough. Now, you can be in that group and some of those people might spread a little bit, and then you can meet your friends of your friends, and maybe your friends of your friends of your friends, but then you're just kind of sitting back and waiting for someone else to get in the driver's seat. I want you to be in the driver's seat. I want you to be the one going out, getting lots of numbers, and being able to craft a social circle of your liking. How do you do that? Very simple. If you go out and you meet some people and you like them, you get their number. You invite them out to one of those events that I talked about that you should be researching. You invite them to hang out with you during the day. Friend zone them. Take them out to fun and different events. Very, very simple. And here's the best part. All you got to do is make sure that you don't talk to the ones you don't like anymore. Okay, that's how you craft a really good social circle. If you meet some girls or some guys and they suck, or they're boring, or they're assholes, or they're bitches, you don't need to hang out with them. You don't need to. It's very simple. So you're basically using this filtration process where you're just filtering in different types of people till you really craft all the people that you want to hang out with. Now, why is this important? Again, because this is going to be a network for you. You meet people, and then you introduce those people to those people, and all of a sudden your network starts extending, and it multiplies, and you get an opportunity to meet more girls. And here's the best part about it. You're not just meeting more girls, but you're meeting warm girls, which means that this is someone who is introduced to you. So if a girl introduces you to another girl, you're already pre-approved here, okay? She's going to already think you're a cool guy because her friend is friends with you, which is different from a cold approach or a cold meetup, right? Just meeting someone wherever out and about. Now, again, I want you to do that too, but I want you to craft this social circle because it's going to be more fun and much more interesting and a lot easier. So you going out all the time to the bars, to the clubs, to the meetups, to the events, right, or out during the day, you doing all that stuff is going to make it easier to meet new people where you don't have to necessarily do that anymore. However, even though you might be creating a social circle, that might make you a little bit lazy and not make you go out and meet more girls and do some of those cold approaches, but I want you to still do that, but you don't have to do it as much. Okay, you don't have to do it as much because you have these more warm approaches. Now with a social circle, you also want to make sure that you're not just the one creating it and filtering it and crafting it, but you want to be the leader in your social circle. And that's also very simple too. If you want to become a leader in your group and make sure that the girls that you get warm approaches to already like you because being a leader is attractive, well, all you got to do is be the one to create the opportunities for people to go out. People are always looking to go out and have a good time. They're always looking for something to do. You are going to be the one with something to do. You're going to be the one who's going to text a group of people. You're going to be the one who's going to shoot an email out to a bunch of people. You're going to be the one who always has something going on because when someone wants to do something, they're going to learn, oh, I should go hang out with Tripp. He's always got something going on. So people are going to be magnetic toward you. But also, if you're the one creating these events, everyone shows up, people know that you're the one who put this on. They're going to see you as a leader, and that's already attractive. And you're going to get access to more people because people are going to want to introduce people to you because you're that leader. And all it takes, so funny, I'm laughing because it's so simple. All it takes is just getting off your ass or getting on your ass, getting on the computer, finding something to do, and telling people to go do it. You'd be surprised how many people are too lazy to do that and will be like, oh, that's going on, the work is done for me, even though it's barely work, and then they're just gonna go and they're gonna hang out with you. It's gonna be very, very simple. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to be the creator of events. I want you to be the leader. In your 20s, that's gonna be important. That's good for networking. So even if you're trying to get more people in your network for your work, for your business, whatever you're doing, that's gonna even help in your late 20s and 30s and 40s. So really, you can't go wrong with being the leader here and creating this social circle. Now, like I said, you want to friend zone girls, okay? You don't want to just hit on every single girl you meet. This is gonna help, creating that network and creating that big social circle. If you just try to hit on every girl, you're not gonna be able to meet her friends. So don't think every girl you meet is gonna be someone that needs to be someone that you date, okay? Friend zone them, make them your friend. They'll introduce you to their friends and their friends will introduce you to even more friends. And that's how you're gonna grow your network. So, talk to as many girls as you can, make as many friends as people as you can. And again, it's not just girls. I want you to make more guy friends. I want to get you access to more social circles so you can have merging social circles. And that's, again, not too advanced either. That's just you talking to the people who have a lot of friends and you guys all getting together and doing cool stuff. Another thing you could do is once you have a social circle, and hopefully you're making a little bit of money at this point because now you have a job, maybe you're in your mid-20s, late 20s, you can start to do really cool, fun stuff like getting people together and going on trips. And this is going to be so much fun. Get friends together. If you have like a ton of people in your social circle, you can email out and get a bunch of people to go and you can have a blast. Like I said, I want you to take advantage of your 20s as this really fun time, because once you start getting into your 30s and beyond, if not already, you might be settled down by then. You might have a wife. You might be looking into, getting a home and raising kids and all those things. So, this is me telling you, like your future self, have fun, enjoy it, because this is a really unique time in your life. Let's talk about your place. You're gonna have either your own place or you're gonna have a place with roommates. Like I said, you wanna make sure that you're going out there and finding your own place and not stuck in your parents' basement. The reason is because you're gonna bring girls back there. You're also gonna bring your friends back there. You're gonna be able to create a social circle much easier when you have a place that you can invite people to, and you can do dinners and you can host parties and things like that. You don't have much control over that if you live at home. So, like I said, figure out a way to get a place that is gonna be yours or your roommates and set it up for success. Get a place. Of course, you might not be able to afford the nicest place. That's okay. Just make sure that the place is always very clean. Don't treat it like a pile of shit. A lot of guys in their 20s are really lazy and don't clean their place. You can split a maid or get a maid once a month, which is like not that expensive, maybe $100 or something like that, and make the place nice and clean. Because the longer you go, the place is gonna be a dump. You're not gonna be able to have people there, and you're not gonna wanna clean it after you haven't done it for 12 months. It'll just probably move, okay? So make sure that your place is always clean. Put stuff up on the walls. Make it look nice. You can do a little work on feng shui if you want to, get really into that, but it's really simple. Keep it clean, have furniture, put stuff on the walls. That's the formula right there. Because when you have that place and you have a place that can be your hub, that can be your dojo, it's going to make this whole process that I've been talking about in this video that much easier, okay? You're not going to be able to do it if you're at home. And I know you might be thinking, once again, I don't have money to do this. Well, that's your goal then. It's going to be figuring out how to get yourself a job, get your place, and then also simultaneously meeting girls. I don't want you to wait, by the way, to get a place and then not meet girls. I still want you to go out to the bars, to the clubs, to the, during the day, meetups, events, things like that. Now, for some of you guys who are like, well, I don't want to go to clubs, I don't want to go to bars. I've heard that complaint before. I'm not a bar guy, I'm not a club guy. Listen, that's fine. I understand that. I'm not a really bar club guy either. I'm definitely not a club guy. And, bars I actually do like because they're fun, because I like to socialize, but I really want to stress to you that this is a really great place to meet women. It really is, especially in your 20s, because so many people go out and people like to have fun and let loose after, work for a week. So the bars are really a great place and a great opportunity to meet a lot of women. And I want you to have that opportunity. I don't want this to be hard for you, where you're going out and you're like, how am I going to meet girls? Where are the girls? They're really at those places, because that's a place to socialize in your 20s. So go out and do that. Of course, you can do online dating too. I would say in your 20s, keep online dating to a minimum. Yeah, it's something you can do that's kind of on the back burner. You can have it going every once in a while, but don't get too obsessed with all the apps and stuff like that. The reason is because you're not going to be able to train yourself to meet people and socialize in person if you're just on your phone all day swiping and texting and all that stuff. So we want to make sure that you actually go out there and talk to girls. So I would recommend that the apps, the online dating sites are kept to a minimum. Yeah, use it from time to time, but do not make it your main source of meeting girls. Here's what I want you to do right now. Write in the comments below what city you're from. I want everyone to help each other out right now. If you've come this far, I really hope you have. I know it's been quite a long video, but hope we've gone this far. I want everyone in the comments to write where they're from, and people start replying to each other, giving suggestions of where to go to meet girls in that city. So if you write, I'm from Boston, write I'm from Boston, and then put a cool place that you go to meet girls, or if you don't have any, ask the question, where's a cool place in Boston? So let's get this going. So it doesn't matter if you're in America, if you're in Europe, if you're in Africa, wherever you are, write down where you are and let's help each other out. Let's write down cool spots for people to go to meet girls, whether it be bars or restaurants or places during the day or cool events that go on in the city, all things like that. So do that for me right now. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.